Hey everyone, welcome to the Polog School of Fisheries. I am Nicador Gamos, trainer for Aquaculture NC2. Today, we are going to demonstrate some important activities what a trainee will do in aquaculture operations, like sampling, measuring the size of the fish, and identifying the gender or sex of the fish, specifically tilapia species. To perform all of these activities, we need to catch first tilapia. Let's go! Stock sampling is one of the important activities in growing fish. And stock sampling is done once in every month. And of course, sampling is done randomly. The purpose of sampling is to determine the average body weight of the fish and standing crop weight, which is used to determine the next feeding ration. And another is to determine the health condition of your fish in the pond. There are several ways in catching fish during sampling, depending on the facilities you grow your fish. And in aquaculture, there are 4 facilities used for operation for growing fish. One of it is the fish pond. Then we have the fish pen, fish cages, and fish tanks. Okay, this is a cast net. This is used for catching fish. So I'm going to demonstrate this one on how to throw cast net. So before casting the net, we're going first to feed the fish. So once you notice the fish in a group, then it's now the time that you're going to throw your cast net. So I'm going to throw now the cast net. I will divide the net into 3 parts. You can use also a sea net in harvesting the fish. In fish cages and aquariums, it is easier since you only have to lift the net bag and scoop the fish, considering the area is small and manageable. So here, we already have our fish samples, and now we are about to check their health condition. So what is a disease? A disease is any abnormality in structure or function displayed by living organisms for a specific or a non-specific sign. The development of disease in particular aquaculture system involves several factors. One is the farm fish or the host, the disease-causing organisms, or what we call as the pathogens, and the surroundings or the environment. So for disease situation to exist, there should be a potential pathogen, a susceptible host, and an environment condition that brings about either increased virulence of the pathogens or decreased resistance of the host. Pathogens are agents of diseases, and this can be classified into physical, chemical, and biological agents. Extreme temperature changes in radiations, such as ultraviolet rays from the sun, are examples of physical agents. Chemical agents can cause illness in aquatic organisms in a variety of ways. Environmental contaminants, toxins, nutritional imbalances, and drugs and chemical overdose are classified as chemical agents of disease. Biological agents may initiate disease, and they are the primary focus of attention when dealing with infectious disease. And these agents include viruses, bacteria, fungi, and parasites. They are often called infectious disease agents, and they can be present in the water or in sediment as part of the normal flora. Their presence and number are largely influenced by environmental factors like temperature, dissolved gases, pH, and availability of food. So what are the signs of diseases? So a sick fish often exhibits some disease sign before it dies. And the first indication may be reduced feeding. Abnormal changes in fish color and behavior are among the early signs seen in affected fish. The fish may stay away from the school or swim at the surface or along the tank sides. The fish may also exhibit flashing, scraping on the bottom of the projecting object, darting, whirling or twisting, and final loss of equilibrium. In addition to this, body surface abnormalities and lesion may be observed externally or internally. So, as what we can see in our samples taken from the fish pond, so we have no notice of any kind of diseases for these fish samples. Hi, our next activity is to measure the size of a fish. So what we have here are the tools and materials needed for measurement. So we have scope net, we have this measuring board, then we have weighing scale, then we have different sizes of fish. We have here fry of fish, and we also have here fingerling size fish. These are juvenile fish, and inside this aquarium are the marketable size fish. So there are two methods in measuring the size of the fish, by measuring its length and by measuring its weight. And there are three types of measuring the length of the fish. One is the standard length, second is the fork length, and the third one is the total length. And most commonly used measurement in aquaculture is using the total length. So now I'm going to measure. I'm going to take sample. So we have here this measuring board with its roller. Uh, it is good to use this measuring board because it is flattened. The surface is flat and it can give you accurate measurement of the length of the fish. So we have here inches and here are centimeters. So for us to hold easily the fish, use a cloth in order to secure the fish. So the total length is measured from tip of the mouth to the tip of the tail. So this is the total length. The standard length is from the tip of the mouth up to the base of the tail. So we cannot measure here the fork length because the tail is not diagonal in shape. So supposed to be, if this is diagonal in shape, at the center of the tail is what we call as the fork length. So from the mouth up to the center of the tail is the fork length. So this fish is measured 265 millimeters or 26.5 centimeters. So take note that after measuring the fish, it is important to record, no? To record the result in a notebook or any paper. And of course, you're going to total the result of the weight of all the fish that you have measured, then divide its total to the total weight of or the total length of the fish in order to get the initial or the average length of the fish. And another way of measuring the fish is by weight. So again, we're going to get sample in grams so that it is very easy for us to measure the weight of the fish. Make sure that your weigh scale is calibrated to 0. Okay? So I have here the fish. Okay, so this fish weighs 560 grams. Okay, this fish weighs 560 grams. Smaller one. Okay, the weight of the fish is 69 grams. So the same as in measuring the fish, after weighing the fish, you're going to record it in your notebook. Okay, so that's how we are going to measure the measurement or the size of the fish in two methods. measuring its length and measuring its weight. Okay, at this time I'm going to show you how the genital papillae looks like. Okay, but for this size of fish, as we notice or as we can see, we cannot determine the papillae of the face or the gender of the face because their genital papillae is not remarkable. So they're too young, whereas for these sizes, these 2 to 3 months old fish, we can already determine their genital papillae. So we can determine if this one is a male or a female. So this one here is a female because it is rounded in shape, or the genital papillae is rounded in shape. Okay, so this one is a male. It is pointed. Okay, so to see exactly what it looks like, we're going to get the breeders. So let us take one fish for us to show how the genital papillae of a male fish or a male tilapia. Okay, so this one here is the genital papillae, so it is pointed. So it is a male tilapia. The one here is the anus. So the urine will also comes out here. So as you notice, the fins of this tilapia is very colorful, or it is much beautiful than the females. So just like the chickens, no? If we can notice the chickens, the male are more beautiful in terms of feathers compared to the females. So this one is a male. Okay, so let us take another sample. Let us get a female. Okay, so as you can see here, this is a female tilapia. So you can see here the genital papilla, which is rounded in shape. This one, so the eggs will come out here. Then this one is the anus, and a small opening here is where the urine will pass to. Okay, so if you look at the color of the fish, it is not like the color of the male one. Okay, so that's it on how to determine the gender or the sex of the fish, specifically tilapia. Thank you.